All right. Ty, every podcast starts with your name. Have you noticed that?
You know what? I'm honored. Thank you.
I think this is our 7th one, and I'm as soon as I said Ty, I was like, man, I feel like I need to mix this up a little bit.
Sean.
Ooh, new intro, baby. Y'all heard it. Did you have a summer job that you either loved or hated?
I had one summer job. It was the last job I had when I was still in high school, and it was Old Navy.
This was like a year or two ago.
Sure. When I was like not able to drink, and now in 2 years I can.
Congrats. I can't wait for this to be legal. Old Navy?
Old Navy.
What did you do there?
I mean, what everyone else does. You like fold clothes and tell people not to like bang in the dressing rooms.
Did people bang in the dressing rooms?
They tried.
So who is there like the muscle of Old Navy who has to like go in and break up these bang sessions?
Yeah, that'd be the assistant manager.
Oh. And did they do a pretty good job at it? So there's a possibility that we have like Old Navy babies. Like we had COVID babies, right? So like there was a time period in the 90s or the early 2000s whenever this age of yours happened that
yeah, this would have been the early babies. 2000s. They were Old Navy babies.
Oh, and what were their names? Like sweater?
No, it'd have been
top?
Like teal, nylon.
Oh, fuchsia. Oh, discount. I didn't
clearance.
The job I had, like the summer job I remember was being a cabana boy, and I swear there's swingers out there. That's a segue. But I have a story I want to tell you, Ty, and I'm a little anxious. I have to admit that on the top, and I'm a little anxious to tell the story.
Well, before we start that.
My kitty's now fast asleep, I can pour myself a glass. But too many shows on Netflix are trash, it makes me wanna pass. I can't figure out what to watch, what am I supposed to do? Let's get drunk and rewatch cartoons when we were little dudes. Whiskeylodeon.
Well, it's another week of Whiskeylodeon, Ty, and we joke about this. The last couple of weeks, I realized that I was very possessive of our guests. They were my friends. They were my guests. It was all about me. Old narcissistic Sean over here. But this week,
this week's my turn, bitch.
It is your turn, bitch.
My friend.
This is your friend.
Burpie and I go back. Oh yeah, we have Burpie in the house.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
That was actually the most perfect introduction.
Right?
It was short and sweet.
Ever.
What's up, Burpie? Did we meet today, or did we meet did we actually meet?
I want to say we met. I don't know. When I walked in, I felt like I knew you from somewhere.
I felt your energy. I was like, I know.
But I feel like Burpie says that to every white person because we all look the same.
Yeah, a little bit. That's fair. We validate each other on this podcast.
If you stand beside each other, I can see the resemblance.
So
yeah.
So Burpie and I met kind of the same along the lines that Sean and I met, which was on a local late night show called Crazy Late with Johnny Millwater. And so that's where I remember meeting you for the first time, and that's where I met Sean. So that's probably where it happened. But he's still been my friend.
That was years ago.
That was years ago. 2011.
Yeah, 2011.
Yes.
Was that when we met? 2011. Wow.
Yeah, I remember that because that was, according to Ty, the year that I became a born-again athist.
That's when you introduced yourself.
I guess.
Born-again.
Apparently.
That's hilarious. So every time, whenever something sarcastic happens and you say Jesus, I'm going to correct you.
Oh, this is good. This is good. We have a few buzzwords that we've realized. So Ty's going to say a few things like, here's the thing, or...
Absolutely.
Or Sean, you little bitch. And that's when you drink.
Okay. All right. My glass is empty already.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, shit.
I'm kind of professional.
Yeah, this is good. The glass should be empty always, except for when it's full and going inside of your body.
Right. There we go. Thank you, Ty.
Yeah. So Ty is
my guy.
Oh, we got an early
Ty.
narration. Ty leans across the room with the
You should see the balance that Ty
Bullet
has.
Smoothie Classic.
Thank you,
dripping
sir.
some whiskey into the crystal, and Burpie is now satiated.
And I'm back.
What is in this glass that we're drinking today, man?
So, typically when we have a guest, we try to ask like, "Hey, do you like your whiskey neat on the rocks? Do you like a cocktail?" And Burpie, I love you, man. But you came at me sideways like, "Yeah, I'll just take a whiskey and Coke."
Yeah. I'm black.
Is that a black thing?
That's definitely a black thing. What do
Okay.
they drink Hennessy with?
Okay.
Coke.
Fine.
What do they drink Jack with?
Jill,
Coke.
Jill, Coke.
Everything. If it's dark liquor for whatever reason, we drink it with Coke. I don't know why. Look, even you made a whole concoction, which was delicious, by the way.
Oh, he's gonna
But
tell you he's topping it
I'm
off with
putting
Coke.
a little
He is
bit
doing, it's
of Coke.
happening.
Just a splash.
Coca-Cola. How
Just
have
a
you not
splash.
sponsored us yet? We're here.
So I wanted to make sure that Burpie felt like we were going to be a part of that without actually drinking that. So I made a highball. So we got whiskey, which case I'm using Rebel 100 proof.
Oh, wow.
And we got that with club soda mixed with a orange spice tea. So it's orange zest, it's cinnamon, it's clove.
Delicious.
It's a banger.
It's good.
It's like
And-
Santa came in my glass. in a good way.
Merry
And
Christmas.
so the soda water is from the Soda Stream that I have, but dude, we're running out of CO2, so it's probably like B grade soda water.
it's a little flat from what we intended, but it's still flavor wise fucking bomb.
It
Oh,
is.
I love it,
It's
yeah.
smooth. It's a smooth drink.
It is.
It doesn't burn.
Which is
It goes
surprising
down.
because typically the higher the proof, the more burn you're gonna get.
Oh, really?
Now, can you? I was going to say, can you describe to our audience, our listeners? But this is really for me because I need the education here. Proof versus percentage.
So proof is always going to be double the percentage.
Oh, wow.
So basically, if it is 50%, like 0.5 of a whole percent, whatever, fuck it. If it's 50%,
We all need this. We're in this together. With math.
It's everybody. You teaching me something.
if it's 50% alcohol, it's 100 proof. So then other times, so with bourbon or whiskey, it has to be at least 40%, which would be 80 proof.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And so the higher it goes, of course, it doubles the proof, but it's just typically the stronger it is.
Right.
Right.
So what typically when they make the whiskey, they have to dilute it to get to a certain point. So you'll have what's like called barrel strength, which is really they just take it out of the barrel and they might need to do stuff to fix it, but other than that, it just goes straight in.
Oh.
But typically, barrel or proof is just going to be double what the percentage is.
Ty, you know a lot about
He does.
alcohol. I'm a little worried, friend. I don't know. If you...
So I've had a lot of failed ventures, and I was trying to put together a show called Feeling the Spirits, which dealt with the science and history of different alcohol. So I was learning the shit out of this stuff.
I see.
And not
That
only that,
explains
it allowed me to understand, this is why things are going to go well together or why this doesn't work.
You got to lead with that next time. Lead with that.
Okay, so
Yeah, we're gonna redo
I'm
our
sorry
pilot.
that I made
This
my
is our new
friend
pilot
really
episode.
worry about me.
I was like,
Welcome to the
man,
intervention.
It's not a podcast. This is a meeting.
As I pour Coke into my drink.
Right.
Don't be silly. You can't reach this Coke. We're on this side of the room. Listeners, you can't see us right now, but me and Burpie are
Tag
like
team.
2 feet apart, right? Which is okay now. It's okay. This is fine.
It
and
is.
Ty, you are like 8 feet apart, man.
Right.
Y'all put me in the fucking corner.
We did.
Well, you put
in the
yourself in the corner. You got the comfy corner though. You got
I
the.
do got the
you have a
comfy
little
corner.
wall with checkers and
corner. Y'all put me
fucking
by the
padding.
drums.
Like
I
this,
love it.
Yeah, he's
this
got
is
the
where we're
drums over
at,
there.
listeners.
Ooh.
See what I did? See what I did there?
Okay.
I'm about to. I got a little salsa in my pants.
I'm not talking about merengue. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, it does
So-
burn in the good and the bad way apparently.
But the way, listeners, the way we are at is like I'm literally sitting on a stool. So I have my back against the wall. So if you want to support us, if you want me to be able to have an actual chair so I can sit closer to my friends, donate to our Patreon.
Part of me is like, don't donate to our Patreon.
Definitely donate.
Yeah.
But man, so first off, Burpie, I'm so glad you're here, man.
Man, thank you for inviting me, first of all. It's great. I don't know. I love doing stuff like this. I love where you could just talk unfiltered, no filter, uncensored, just go in. Because everybody's so damn, what's the word? Careful nowadays.
Oh, I was gonna say stick up our asses.
That
Clenched.
too. Definitely stick up asses.
Careful. Yeah, we're careful. We're very-
Everybody's careful. It's not even politically correct anymore. Everybody just careful.
You
Walk
might
on
say, Ty,
eggshells.
that we're overly courteous as a society.
So Burpie, did you watch Rocco's Modern Life growing up?
Who? Rocco's Modern Life? No. I know about it, but I didn't
Okay.
watch it.
So there's an episode of Rocco's Modern Life where he's trying to find a job and he ends up taking a phone operation job where he's actually working at, you find out, is a hot sex line. and so the sign is be hot, be naughty, be courteous.
Be courteous?
Yes. So think of it as a triangle. You have be hot, be naughty, be courteous.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you fall in that little triangle?
Be hot, be naughty.
We're
be
all
courteous.
holding up a little Triforce
Yeah, I don't know.
right now.
We're holding up the Illuminati sign right
Yes.
now. I'm on the naughty part.
You're on the naughty?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're owning it. I can respect that.
Yeah, I'm not. Wow, what happened? Did I miss something?
No.
You nailed it.
I'm just on the courteous side. Like
Courteous? You want to be nice?
bitch, I don't try to be nice. I just am.
Basically,
You are one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I don't think I've ever seen Ty upset or mad about
Ty
anything.
basically just said, "Bitch, I'm courteous."
Right? And it was so nice. I didn't even get mad. It's like, okay, you're right. You're right, Ty.
You're right, you son of a bitch. You
You're
are courteous.
so nice when you cuss me out.
Yeah.
God.
See, that's the thing. I can't even like swear at you without you like being like, oh, that's cute.
It is. Oh man, I love it. I love it.
So we've been asking our guests a couple of questions. So that's one of them. Also, how'd you lose your first tooth?
I forgot that was the question. I thought you were about to ask how he lost his first penis and his first vagina.
I thought you were gonna say virginity, but you
Yeah.
said tooth.
We can
Shit,
go
I
there.
can tell you a couple times how long
It was
my
the same
virginity-
time, right?
Now that I think about it, yeah. My first tooth? I don't even remember. You know, people try to come up with clever ways to make you lose a tooth. They slam the door with your tooth tied around it, or a string tied around your tooth or something. I don't know. I think I just pulled mine out. It was wiggling. I was like, this is getting on my nerves. I can't chew like I want to. Boop, pulled it out like, hey, Mom, look, my mouth bleeding. And that's how my first tooth came out. The second one, I think they tied it around. They tied a string around my tooth, but instead of putting it on the door, was it a remote car? The string
Please
was
tell
on a
me.
remote car, a remote control car. And the car drove off.
There it is.
And it was
There it
like,
is.
bop. That's the one I remember. I don't know if it was my first one. That's the one I remember, like,
Oh
distinctly.
my God, Ty, you want to take this?
Yeah. So the reason why we asked that is because on our first episode, we literally talked about how we lost our first tooth.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a theory that depending on how you lost like how crazy losing your baby teeth was, depends on how neurotypical you are.
Oh. So how neurotypical am I?
Well, we're still collecting data. That's always the safe answer.
I'm
in
pretty
any, like,
sane.
how do you feel like this dinner date's going? Right? Well, I'm collecting data right now. Oh, last night was great for me. How was it for you? I'm just collecting data.
I'm still getting the feel for it. I'm going to say that when I leave here, just so y'all know. I'm still collecting
Yeah,
data.
how was this podcast experience for you?
Still collecting data. That's what I'm doing.
Man, I'm excited about this week. This is one of the most nostalgic things for me. Ty, first of all, what do we do on this podcast, and what are we talking about this week?
So we are rewatching the shows and movies of Nickelodeon that we grew up as kids, all while enjoying it drunk as it should have been enjoyed before.
Yes.
And I'm pretty excited. We are watching Good Burger today.
We're watching Good Burger. We're talking about it now.
Yes.
I'm a dude.
She's a dude.
She's a dude. We're all dudes.
Hey.
So, if you remember this song was probably what got me into ska music. Very briefly, but still got me in.
Oh, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater ska style?
Yeah. Like they have trumpets and trombones playing during that song.
Oh, yeah.
And what might ska be?
Ska is punk rock with like
With the horn
brass
section.
instruments.
Really?
Like trumpets or trombones.
It's
like
still got that angst to it, but you get a little bit of well, Ty actually just defined it. What am I doing? I'm just trying to put seasoning on it. It's like, here's your popcorn. Would you like some salt?
Do you want kernels?
I know it's already got butter on it, but would you like some more butter?
So with horns, okay. I don't think I've ever heard a punk rock song with horns.
We'll have to fix that, man. In fact, shoot, we'll put a clip on the of the dude song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless like you're hearing this now, and if we can't do it because of copyright, then it's not happening. And you're going to write to us because the only way to get in touch with us is to write to us with a quill and a
Yep.
pen, right?
Owls know where to find us.
'Cause we don't have an email.
Send the
Pigeons are
pigeons.
kind of hit and miss.
Yes, yes. You saw Ty's owl shirt last week. Whom?
Send the scrolls.
Send the scrolls.
Send the ravens, my lord, down to the castle so we can write our letters to my lords and my other lodettes, my lord.
Oh, this movie is so classic.
Oh, it is. And I gotta admit, man, rewatching this, there are so many moments I did not remember, but I'm so glad I got to recall it.
Honestly, like the first 5 minutes, I was like, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to talk about, who directed this thing?
Oh, so this was directed by Brian Robbins, who was also one of the creators of all that. It was written by Dan Schneider, Kevin Koplo, and Heath Seifert, all of who either worked on All That, Kenan and Kel, or both.
What a all-star lineup, right?
That is All That.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did, Tom.
Aw.
I like it.
Hey, punsies are funsies.
That was both shows. All That, Kenan and Kel, great shows. All-time classics.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
All
And we
time
talked
classics.
about those last week, which is, I think Good Burger is the only way to kind of
Follow
have
up.
that. Yeah, follow. That's the only way. Yeah.
It is.
So,
It is.
so
It is.
Burpie, we typically go through some fun facts about the movie before we begin. So,
And Ty makes it very fun for us. So I don't know, listeners.
Give that guy a
Every
little
time
extra
he
salt,
does
little
this, he
spice.
actually starts like just stripping off
Yeah.
a little bit of clothing,
saw that
one
a
piece
little
at
bit.
a time.
it
He
is
started
pretty hot
rubbing
in
his
here.
nipple just now.
He did just one areola at a
I saw
time.
it. I saw it, Tom. I saw it.
So, if you guys remember the burger car, the Good Burger car, the Burger Mobile, that's actually the Mirth Mobile from Wayne's World.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
that's the same
That's
exact.
the same one. They just put fast food accessories on it, but that's the same fucking car.
Wow.
True story, bro.
I never knew. I would have never guessed.
Now
also,
I need to rewatch
Burpie,
that.
I gotta apologize. I just called you bro.
Oh, that's
I've
fine.
never done that. I feel so white.
No, don't feel white. Everybody says it now. It's not a white or black thing. Black dudes say it too. What's up, bro? I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Man, I thought it was bruh.
And they used to say that.
Okay.
But bro is just universal now.
Yeah.
All right.
Universal Bro. That's actually our parent company who funds this podcast. Universal Bro. Thank you for producing this for us. But how have you not sponsored us by now?
Universal bro
Right?
sounds like a Make-A-Wish.
Universal Bro. What is it?
If you want these kids from Australia, Universal bro.
Universal Bro. Which is actually our sponsor this week, apparently. Yeah, well, we do fake ads here. Yeah, I'm saying that's the first time we've said it.
Yeah.
And I say we, me. But see, I introduced the guest. I'm like, hey, guest, me. So I wanted to make this a we thing just now.
Done.
So
See
it's the
what you
first
did.
time we, if I fuck up, it's you and I. If I do something great, it's me, right? That's just science.
That
I did
is.
not know that was from Wayne's.
So yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's wild.
Let's we're gonna pause and rewatch that real quick, but we're gonna keep this rolling through the whole Wayne's World movie. Does that sound good?
Okay,
Let's
cool.
do it.
Yeah.
Done. While we're doing that, Good Burger was actually shot in the Mexican restaurant Manny's El Loco, which closed in 2020, sadly, due to COVID. But other than that, this was also Carmen Electra's film debut.
Really?
Yeah, I
Because
did
she
not
was
know that.
as dead.
She was Roxanne.
She was.
Roxanne!
That's a bad. So don't play that drinking game.
What drink?
You know, the Roxanne drinking game.
I've never.
So
It's a game?
Every time she gets hit.
No. Actually, okay. There's
In
two.
more
There's
ways
two
than one.
drinking games now. Yeah. Every time you hear that song and they say Roxanne, you drink.
Really?
Yeah. It's like that with Black Betty. You know that song?
Yeah.
Black Betty.
Yeah.
Every
Ooh,
time.
Black Betty, bam, lamb.
Every time they say Black Betty, every time they say Roxanne, you take a drink. But I like the Good Burger version a lot more. Every time Roxanne, and we're gonna get there. Like every time Roxanne gets hit or fucked up in the face, take a drink. Wow, this was her,
That was her
film
debut?
debut.
Film debut.
No way.
So-
And that date was so awful.
Oh, absolutely. But she was there for awful reasons. So
This is true. This is true. I think she would have eventually fallen in love with Ed for who he was as a man. Because a lot of people don't understand Ed. Ed was complicated.
Yeah, he's just misunderstood.
That's all.
What a sweetheart, though.
he just
Full
took things
of
literally.
empathy.
He was listening to what you had to say, and he was trusting you knew what you were saying.
Yeah, he did. He trusted a little too much.
Yeah.
But he trusted you.
He did.
He was not off. Ed was before his time.
He was even nice to his enemies. Where
Right.
I almost said Keenan, but Keenan plays Dexter. Reed. And then Kel Mitchell plays Ed.
What was Ed's last name?
Ooh, I don't know.
I have no idea, but I know Keenan. I did it. We talked
He
actually
actually doesn't have a last name. It's just Ed.
Just Ed.
But
Yeah,
Dexter's
from
like,
Good
here's
Burger.
the Mondo idiots. He's like, and then Ed says, "Oh, hi, Mondo idiots." But it's so genuine. Like
Right.
he is the quintessential genuine character of this movie.
He cared.
He cared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I try to give you what you want. You ask for a good burger with nothing on it. There is nothing on it.
just buns.
He did say it like he believed
I'm
that
going to
was their
report
name.
your name to the manager. My
think he
manager already
knows.
knows my name.
He did say it like he believed their name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, Mondo, idiot. So dumb.
Yeah. What else you got, Ty? And so Carmen Electra's debut, like,
Yeah, that's the first film she was ever in.
wow.
Was she in others
Yeah, she's
You
been in
know,
other
that's
movies.
that were not pornographic?
That were non-pornographic. Ty?
Yes, yes,
Ty did extensive research this week.
a lot of extensive research.
One might say extended.
Right. I see what you did there.
But man, like even at the beginning, I don't remember this. Like when he has that weird dream and the burgers come to life. Like at first, I'm like, wait, are they portraying Ed as like super high?
Right.
And then he's floating in the air, and it's like, what is happening?
I think that was the message, though, because Ed was kind of like the surf boy type of hippie black dude. And it was almost like he sounded like he was high when he talked.
And it's if it's not surfing, it's burgers. Like he wakes up, you realize it was just a dream, and his room is fast food themed.
He also sleeps in his uniform.
Showers in his uniform.
and his shower
does.
had a. Did y'all notice that it had like a little like those? I mean, it's pointless and redundant to say 1990s blank, but at the 1990s like stick on the wall basketball goal in the shower.
Yeah.
And that's where we first hear the song. What's it called? Like
the dude song.
I'm a dude.
The dude
The
song.
dude song.
I'm a dude.
Yeah.
Because that was on the soundtrack, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's the only song that matters in my mind.
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
any other song except for that one.
So he
I'm a
always
dude.
wears that
He's a
outfit.
dude.
That was the
She's a-
90s Let It Go.
Wow. Ty, you
you
just
think so?
blew my mind.
Wow, you think so? I think you might be onto something, Ty.
Because like that's one of those things where if you think of Good Burger, that's what you're thinking.
You don't even know. You might not have watched the show that much, but you know the song.
Yeah.
You remember that song?
It's that song, and then it's Who Loves Orange Soda? I do, I do, I do, I do.
Even even Dexter, played by Keenan. Can we say Keenan and Kel? Do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, because they know.
'Cause they know.
Coming from the black community, we don't ever call people by their character name. We know Keenan and Kel. We know Keenan and Kel were in Good Burger, but we don't know who the character names were in Good Burger.
Well, this is gonna work out.
This is gonna work out. Yeah. Well, because Keenan has a wonderful moment where he says, and I'm gonna say it quietly for the mic, but he says, "Why?" And that is very, very Keenan. And that, like, so the stuff that they were able to pull from all that, or Keenan and Kel, they knew what they were doing, and it was another one of those Nickelodeon strokes of brilliance.
Right.
You know.
You know what this was? Good Burger was literally Nickelodeon's first attempt at doing a movie from an SNL skit. This was Night of the Roxbury.
Oh my God.
Was that SNL's first movie?
I don't know if that was their first movie, but I mean that's just they took a skit that was on the show and they made a movie out of it.
It was because it was so big. Whenever Ed came on, all that, everybody watched. No matter who it was. Everybody wanted to see Ed from Good Burger come on all that. And then when he blew up like he did, he was making appearances when he was on all that playing Ed. He was making appearances on award shows, TV shows, and it got so big. It was just like, we need to make this a movie. And they made it a movie, and that's a cult classic. It's a legit, the movie's not that good. Like, just from acting, from storytelling.
It's not an Oscar movie.
Right.
But it's not trying to be.
Exactly.
And you have other movies like
So it's self-aware.
Right.
it's self-aware, but this movie is still great.
Yeah.
Like you think of other aspects of the movie, it itself is a solid storyline. It has great plot development, character development.
It's funny.
It's funny.
And it's timeless because it's very, and not that there haven't been other movies like this, but corporate America versus mom and pop, right? I mean, like the thematic elements of this movie are, I mean, they're going to hold up for a long time.
Really.
Sadly, you know, I mean, it's
They're just going to do another rendition where it's mom and pop versus Amazon, and
yeah, fucking
Don't do it.
Jeff Bezos.
People are so not creative nowadays. They're probably going to remake Good Burger or want to remake Good Burger. and it's
Well,
gonna be,
Jeff Bezos is very creative, though. He had a dick rocket. I mean, was it Jeff Bezos? One of those billionaires had a dick rocket, and that's creative, even if they didn't want it to be a fucking cock rocket.
cock rocket. Whoa! That's funny.
Yeah, cock rock and pocket. So,
I see what you did there.
hey, I do things here sometimes. I have an advantage here. I can drink more because I don't have to drive anywhere.
That's true.
And hey, man, this whiskey that you have put in this glass, Ty.
It tastes like a regular drink. It doesn't taste like alcohol.
I know, and I'm noticing that it is though.
Yeah.
How you feeling over there,
Oh,
Burpie?
I'm definitely know. Do you see how quick I've been drinking the
Yeah,
drink?
Yeah.
You're going through it quick.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, we'll be doing refills a lot.
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
be
have
doing quite a few.
27 ad breaks for this one.
Definitely. 27 ad breaks.
Yeah,
We're
Ty,
gonna make up some of them.
we're gonna make up some of them. Yeah, we'll just do them organically on the spot. But Ty, how does this movie kind of kick off? Like, after we see
Once we're
Ed.
introduced to Ed.
once we're introduced to Ed, like, where are we going from here?
So you find out that he's late for work, not because
And he
of the
says,
time.
he looks at his clock, and he goes, and instead of like, oh gosh, it's 8 a.m., he goes, a clock.
He doesn't drive. He rollerblades to work.
roll. And it's such a journey. His rollerblade from the house to the job. It's just such an expedition.
He crashes into girls playing jump rope.
But how, Ty? How does he crash into them? Please describe this scene.
So he's going in. He won't move around them. He's like, watch out! Like, basically takes the rope, which then circles around and grabs the girl that was jumping, drags her
By her ankles.
by her ankles, drags her like he's in the fucking mafia.
Right.
Like this is what you get for snitching, bitch.
That's what Ty says to me
I'm
sometimes.
convinced Ty's favorite word is bitch, but go ahead. Continue.
okay.
It might be. Yeah.
So finally he lets her go, and then he ends up crashing to a lady who walked in front of him. I'll give that's her fault. But he ends up actually grabbing the baby. Takes the baby, goes into a basketball court, goes into a bunch of people playing basketball, ends up taking the basketball instead, and the basketball players shoot the baby in the hoop.
They actually shoot a baby in a hoop, and they make it.
Real life
Well,
change.
it's really funny because you look and you can see the basketball in the blanket.
Yeah.
And then you see like this little stuffed baby doll that gets moved around like they're trying to.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it was a
I
beautiful.
hope that was a
scene.
game winner.
I hope so too.
I hope it was.
They want to shoot the
They
baby.
were down by like 37. It didn't matter.
that was the Quidditch. It got him like 150 points.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That sport's such bullshit. Like, you
baby
can be up
Marvin.
by 1,000,000 points, but if you get that golden snitch,
The golden snitch just ends the game. That's the thing. Like
yeah, I have notes. Okay. Well, let's hope that they won that basketball game with the
hope so.
baby. The baby shot. Yeah, I guess that's worth.
I would think that would
What
end
do
the
you
game.
think? How many points?
You can't dribble a baby.
Well,
not with that attitude.
I don't think you can really dribble a child off the ground and they come back up.
you
might
can't
can throw
dribble
them
the
down.
child, but the child can dribble.
I see what you did.
Facetious, 1996.
I love it. I love it. Dropping gems.
And so all the while, Cal is late for work. People are like, I just want to order a fucking burger. And then you get Josh Server, who makes his appearance. In which case, if you don't know, Josh Server is one of the founding members of all that. In which case, like, oh, well, you want the counter dude. I'm the drive-through dude. And ignores him. And then he asks another lady, Monique, hey, can I order? I go, sure. And like, just looks for Cal. And finally, he's like, all right, I'm going
was
to.
Monique.
Yeah, that was Monique.
It was Monique. That's crazy. Oh, there was so many people in that movie.
It was star-studded.
Yeah, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
That movie had Sinbad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it did.
Who else was in that movie? Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq was
was in
in
the
there.
movie. That's how big Ed was. That's how big Good
They
Burger
had-
was.
Oh, what was that kid's name? Keenan's best friend, who was on like Sister. Marcus Houston.
Marcus Houston.
There it is.
That's who it is. Yep, from Immature. For a lot of people who don't know, Marcus Houston is the brother of Omarion.
What?
Yes, that is Omarion. And he was in the group called Immature. Marcus Houston was. Group called
This
Immature.
movie has so many layers.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a lot of people.
There were some like shows before. Like I was like, I'm ready for this, but Good Burger, I wasn't ready for this. Yeah, star-studded.
And then finally, Kel makes it to Good Burger. As the guy's counting down from, what was he counting down from 5?
5, like an asshole.
Yeah.
Which, dude, 5-second rant.
So,
oh.
I feel like.
Oh, he's gonna do the 5-second rant.
Oh, no, do your 5-second rant. Go ahead.
Well, as someone who works in service, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I think I did that
Like-
in 2 seconds.
So, that was quick. That was real quick.
Yeah.
I want to take it a little further. Jesus said that the 2 greatest commandments is to love everyone like yourself and to love God, which really just breaks down to don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, Jesus verbatim said in 69th Corinthians, "Thou shalt not be a goddamn dick."
I was literally just waiting for it. I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. I'm like, yes, give it to me. Give it to me.
Oh, I'll give it to you.
69 Corinthians. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God, that's so funny. Can
You need a
have some
refill.
more-
Yeah, you're out of whiskey over
yeah,
there.
I need some more whiskey.
We're not the Lodian podcast.
With a Whiskeylodeon.
Yes.
So good. This tastes like a regular drink.
is
This is how you
tasty.
get drunk.
I just realized this whole time. So I have my side piece here, which is my just whiskey, my Henry McKenna. I have not been drinking the drink of the podcast.
Oh God.
What is wrong with me?
You're just you're
drinking?
double fisting it, and
Oh, okay.
that came out wrong.
That kind of show. I'm with it. I'm all for it. Ty, this is good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you like that, man.
Ty is a flavored genius, is he not?
Man, I don't even like tea.
I thought you were about to say, I don't even like Ty, but I like
Tea is just flavored water. I don't like tea.
T. Longworth over
Man,
here.
all right. So now it's my turn to go on a rant.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
share this
yeah,
story. I had a past where I would work in retail for clothes. So I mentioned that my first summer job was Old Navy, and we talked about the Old Navy babies.
Maybe babies.
But afterwards, I ended up working at a local-ish store called Belk.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a manager, and he was like, hey, guys, please, only drinks that are allowed at your register is going to be water. And that was it. I was like, okay, fine. So I had my bottled water, and I put a flavor packet in there of tea, a tea flavor packet. And he comes behind my register and goes, you can't have this. I'm like, but it's water. He goes, no, it's not. It's tea. I'm like, tea is just flavored water. Like it was like if it was like, hey, this doesn't look like water or whatever, the customers could think something. I'm like, fine. But he literally tried to argue to me that the chemical composition of tea was not the same as water.
Oh wow.
Tell me you fired your boss on that.
I wish I had that power. No, I remember this. Ooh, this got me good because I only got a raise for like 32 cents after working a year and a half. Like they skipped me because I wasn't there long enough to get the first raise. And then they capped how much you could get for a raise because it wasn't based on how much you sold. And so like my raise was just 32 cents. And I was like, you know what? You can keep the change.
Wow.
Like that's when I started working at the Comedy Zone full time. And that's where I met Burpie.
Yep.
Which I probably should have mentioned before. He is a comedian and the host on Power 98.
We do intros halfway through. It's,
No, that's fine.
It's kind of how it's called in medias res, right? It's starting the story from the beginning or the middle.
We
See,
are
I fucked it up.
continually getting you to introduce.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. We are continually getting you to know Burpie. So we'll have to add some stuff.
Did
to it.
you have a good summer job as a teen?
hell
or-
no.
No,
I
or
worked
a
at
summer
Walmart.
job. Well, oh,
And I was a I was 15, so I was the buggy boy. We would get the buggies out of the parking lot.
Uh-huh.
You know how you see the people with, and I'm so jealous of them right now because they got a little robot scooter thing that collects all the buggies, and
You
then
say
you just
that,
hit a
you
button.
say that, but your arms are swole, man.
I mean, thanks, but still.
They are slow.
Then you just hit a button and the thing pushes the buggies up. We had to literally manually get the buggies and push them up to Walmart. But we couldn't work the register. We weren't old enough. We couldn't ring up cigarettes or alcohol, so we couldn't work the register. And they told us that we couldn't wear shorts in the summertime. I'm like, bitch, I'm outside all day, and you mean to tell me I can't wear shorts? So yeah,
You needed Ty by your side to say, bitch, it's summertime.
It sounds so much better coming from him. I tried it, but it sounds so much better coming from
Because it's so non-threatening for me.
You can still go in regular conversation. Nobody will feel any kind of way when Ty says it.
Like, you're right, I am a bitch. Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Thanks, Ty. Thanks for not acknowledging that.
I got you, boo.
So yeah, I definitely quit that job. I hated it.
Yeah, summer jobs are hard, man. Yeah, I had this one. We talked about it at the top of the hour.
We didn't get to finish it, did we?
Okay, so it's 2008, and I'm a cabana boy at Country Club. Now, this is not the story about the time I was waiting a table and betrayed by gravity, thus showering a hopeless infant in our finest domestic lager. No, and it's not the time about Mr. 4-year-old son who used to order Diet Blue sodas for his dad, who was basically browned out by the water slide. And of course, Diet Blue soda meant Miller Lite. So, underage serving little 4-year-olds. Cool. No, it's not that story. Today's story, my friends, is all about miscommunication, margaritas, and minors. Ty, Burpie, my sweet, sweet friends, it was a day much like today. The summer sun was beating down to the sound of wealthy white people ignoring their children. Now, my job, as described by Boss Man, was, on this day, just pour and serve margaritas to anyone who ordered. Usually I'm just back there making sandwiches or serving beer, but today we had margaritas. Okay, cool. Easy, right? So in my mind, this means we're talking virgin margaritas if anyone can have them. So that's where my head's at. Now, luckily, throughout the day, I pretty much just encountered parents who were coming up. So even though I was thinking they're virgin margaritas, wasn't even an issue. But then came, and I guess for the sake of anonymity, we'll call him Larry. And so one thing about working at a country club is you pretty much know most people on a first name basis. Hey, Larry, how's it going, buddy? So Larry's probably 15 or 16 years old, sweet kid, clear indicators of someone who has an intellectual disability. And Larry comes up and he asks for a margarita. And again, I'm thinking they are free of alcohol, which is very unlike the glasses that we have in front of us today. So I oblige and send him on his way. And I'm skipping some middle bits here, but sure enough, Larry walks away, and I do notice a little stumble in his step, and, that's the story of how I accidentally got an intellectually disabled 16-year-old a little drunk.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's the reaction.
I thought it was virgin.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. They didn't tell me.
They were supposed to be virgin, but they didn't tell you it was supposed to be virgin.
Nope.
Oh, how many margaritas did you give him?
One.
But he's 16.
A little weak ass. He was drunk off that one.
I'm sitting over here
How much
someone
did you
please
pour?
save me from that. I'm like, I told Ty before we record, I was like, do I tell this story? And I was
I'm
like,
glad you did.
okay, all right. Well, hey, guess what? We'll see if this lands later.
The funny part is,
We want that.
How was he acting after he was drunk?
He came back. So there was a middle period in betwixt where my boss came up and he was like, hey, how's everything going? I was like, it's good. I was like, everyone's really enjoying these virgin margaritas. And he's like, well, what? No, they're not virgin. And I was like, oh, okay. So bomb drop, right? He walks away. No big deal, right? I didn't admit anything. And then kid kind of comes back up and he's like, hey, I'll get one more. And I was like, hey, And I look at this full tub of margarita behind me. I'm like, we're all out.
Oh my God. I would have loved to have seen how he was acting at the pool or at the country club.
Yeah. You know, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you work at these country clubs and you're a cabana boy and you do things you don't know you're gonna do.
Oh, if social media was around then.
Oh, I know. I would have been canceled. I'm canceled now as of right this second.
Definitely canceled.
Gosh, world, it has been good. What a send off. I'm gonna miss you guys, but you know. If y'all get canceled, hit me up.
Oh my God!
If you don't mind. I just don't want to be alone and canceled.
That's hilarious. You got him drunk.
Yeah.
Like, was he stumbling? I'm trying to envision this.
You see my face right now?
Uh-huh.
It's a little squirrely eyed.
Uh-huh.
That's how he was. I've had enough whiskey where I'm like, I'm not going to stumble yet, but I am squirrely eyed, and this is Ty's fault. All of this is Ty's fault. I had a sense that in the future I'd be doing a whiskey podcast. I blame Ty.
The non-virgin
virgin
margaritas.
I said bitch. Yeah, it felt bad. See, it felt bad when I called him a bitch. He heard that.
Yeah. Well, Ty makes it so joyful.
He does.
Say it back, Ty. Say it back.
Bitch.
I feel good now. I feel better about all that.
See what it does?
So, Burpie, I'm living for the fact that like I need to see how this visualizes. Because I get that. Because like I don't know if I ever performed this in front of you, but I had this joke. I was like, I wonder how like blind people read horror stories in Braille. There's like,
First of all, y'all had to see the visual just now, Ty, and how he kicked his leg up when he was scared.
He looks like he somehow stuck his hands in a microwave while it was still going.
He did. That joke is hilarious. First of all, how do they read horror stories in Braille? Oh my God, that's so funny. And the fact that people feel like, not that you can't do it, but people feel like that you can't even tell that kind of joke nowadays. It's like, oh, shut up. It's funny. Funny is funny.
Funny is funny.
You should be able to make fun of anything. If I can not be normal today,
here's what I will say.
Not cool to be normal
Give us
anymore.
one day, right?
Right. I think some people get upset and think you can't talk about that when in real it's like, hey, you should be upset because it was just a bad joke.
Right.
If it's a bad joke, fine. You can be upset that's a bad joke.
Mm-hmm.
If they're on stage and you're paying good money, I'm like, that was a bad joke, man.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything that should be quote unquote off limits.
That's nothing off limits for me. I don't care. I'm one of those comedians. I don't give a shit. If you come to a comedy show and you get offended by something, then why did you come to a comedy show?
You should be offended a little bit. Like benign violation theory.
You should be
right?
offended that you couldn't think of something that funny.
Well, I don't even think you should be offended at a comedy show. You should come to a comedy show knowing that whoever's going to be on stage, there's nothing off limits to that person, regardless of what your personal feelings are.
I want to feel like, should I be laughing at this?
Right.
And I'm laughing at it while I'm thinking that.
Right.
Like that's always, that's always fun.
Welcome to Philosophy with Ty, Sean, and Burpie.
Yes.
It has everything to do with Good Burger.
Yeah, it does. It does. We've never gone on tangents here, have we, Ty?
Oh, never.
No, you'll never get that from us.
I don't think we've ever been this drunk. I have gone through what, 4 glasses.
I am actually. I think this might be the most drunk I've been on this podcast. Like, I'm looking at the computer, making sure the buttons are still going. I'm just hoping that we're doing okay. I believe in us, guys.
This is so good.
It's so good.
I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah, Ty, please.
I think he did this on purpose.
You're our anchor, man. Like, get us.
I think Ty knew the black guy was coming. He was like, I got to show that we can drink. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not a heavy drinker like that, Ty.
Ty's been drinking a virgin drink this whole time, just watching us get fucking plastered in the corner.
Right. Ty hadn't even cracked a sweat.
Listeners, they have swirly eyes. They're kind of slurring their words.
He said swirly. We said squirrely, so he's been drinking. We're good.
Okay,
We're good.
Yep, never mind. I'll take it back. I said you didn't even sweat. You're drunk.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of what, like, I could drink to Sinbad and his outfit, man. That's Sinbad's playing the teacher, Mr. Wheat, who's teaching Keenan's character. And several things already. First, I was like, hey, I know it's the last day of school, but that's why I gave you a test.
Right.
And as I was like, that's why no one's gonna like you. And you're wearing all this stuff. It's like Black Power, Black is beautiful. I'm like, I want to support that, but you're giving us tests on the last day before
We don't like you,
break.
black man. It's coming from a black man.
That's just a dick. That's just a dick.
Keenan,
That's all that is.
And Keenan was like, all right, Shaft. And
He did.
it was a beautiful moment. So he's sitting there leaving. He gets his friend that comes in, Marcus Houston, who what was the character's name?
Houston Marcus, I think, was his character name. Yeah. His middle name was weird. It was comma.
It was
Houston,
Jake.
comma Marcus.
That's exactly what it
Weird.
was.
Yeah.
The friend Marcus Houston played Jake.
Jay. Okay.
But anyway, so you see like Keenan getting this super nice car. He's like, your mom lets you, like, you got this car? I was like, well, it's my mom's car.
While the sunglasses go over that. Nope.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it turns out the mom's on a business trip, and he is sitting there driving, and he is wanting to show off. Like, I don't think he would have done this if he didn't have a friend in the seat with them.
Of course not.
So he's sitting there going off, and that's when we get back to Kel, who's now got a delivery to make. Delivery guy got fired.
Why did he get fired, Ty? You remember that? Oh, did y'all hear that?
I thought was
That was my
like
throat.
almost a burp?
That was my throat. No, it was like my throat trying to finalize the whiskey. It was like, I already swallowed it, and my throat was, my esophagus was like, do you really need this? He got fired because he showed up to work with no pants.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the boss's name?
Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Bailey
Bailey.
what a sweetheart. He just hires anyone.
Clearly.
Anyone.
Clearly. He hired the guy from your cabana. He hired from
He did. Yeah, he hired me. He was my boss. He was the one who said, "Hey, give this kid
you know what?
margaritas."
I think the driver was probably someone who worked at Walmart and couldn't wear shorts. And got another job. It's like, bitch, I don't have to wear these.
Burpie, you
I'm not
worked
gonna
there
be-
too?
Okay, I was an extra in Good Burger. I don't know if y'all knew.
I knew you looked familiar.
Yep, that was me. That was me driving.
Never showed it on the screen, but we knew it was him.
I saw the back of my head for 2 seconds.
That counts.
So we got Kel rollerblading with an order to deliver. Just on rollerblades. Doesn't take the burger mobile like we'll see later on. Just riding rollerblades. And comes in front of Keenan, who then swerves and ends up crashing his car right into Sinbad.
And that I was gonna say 360. It was like a 1080. Like that
What
car
was
spins for screen time,
Legit.
20 minutes.
Legit.
Right? Yeah.
Legit 20 minutes, maybe 21.
But yeah, right into Mr. Wheat. Wheat,
Yeah, Mr. Wheat.
like the bread.
His character from the wig down to the shoes.
Well, that's the whole body. You don't have anything else. Like that is it.
It was so bad. Oh, it was so bad. Like, why they do Sinbad like this? So now,
Sinbad is pissed.
yeah.
Like the way he was throwing Keenan around, I was like, oh, Keenan's getting arrested.
Yeah.
Like just throwing him against the car. Like, you see this? This is leather. And like he's like, you can't get chrome at base price. Sinbad was pissed.
Yeah.
I mean this in the nicest way. I want to see Ty in a car wreck.
To see his reaction. Yeah. Respectfully.
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 I want to see you getting in a terrible car wreck.
Just don't wish anything bad happens to you.
Survive.
It's happened before. So I guess I got to tell this story.
Yeah, of course
Definitely.
I was actually driving. This was when I lived in Kannapolis, which is like north of Charlotte.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And so I'm sitting there turning onto a road. It's a green light for me, but a guy runs the red light and like T-bones me. And my car bag didn't go off. So I'm just sitting there like oh. Like I was frozen still and like, what just happened? And the girl's like, I'm so sorry. And so I'm like, cool. Like I wasn't mad. I mean, I was just sitting there like, I'm grateful to be alive. Like I might have called him a bitch, but he didn't take that.
I
as
believe
offensive
you
at all.
definitely called him a
And
bitch.
it's like,
he did.
Bitch, I'm fine.
Bitch, I'm fine.
So nice.
Just
Bitch,
got
give me your
like
license
the
and
police came,
insurance.
got the license, got the insurance, and we were good. Like I would have not have freaked out. I'd have been like, well, okay. So a couple key differences. The guy who hit me was a grown ass adult, had insurance, and was like, hey, I'm admitting it was my fault.
So we're talking about a completely opposite, different.
Yes.
Opposite, different.
Here it is.
Opposite,
find
different.
So what does that make it the same?
It does. It does, according to how my mouth said it. Not me. That was my mouth. I'm blaming the mouth. I will not take the blame for
The
this.
double negative.
Yes.
Complete opposite different.
A complete opposite different here on the Opposite Different podcast. So Dexter just does this whole 360 times 1 million.
And by Dexter, he does mean Keenan.
Yes, and by Keenan, I mean Keenan.
Oh.
Stir. And Sinbad, he is authoritative in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, this man
absolutely.
had
He
to
is not the teacher right now.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
he says, what was his line? He said,
I hate to put another brother in jail.
he does say that, but he also says, I didn't expect to run into you during summer, but I definitely didn't expect you to run into me during the summer. Like some of the dialogue in the writing was actually just stuff that I missed
Great.
as a kid.
It was
as an
great.
adult, I'm
Yeah.
very impressed.
Yeah, that's a great comedic line. I wonder if he improv that
I wonder too. I think he probably did.
because it sounds too good.
It
For that
definitely had
movie, it
Sinbad
sounds
flair.
too good. Yeah, just for that movie, that line alone. I didn't expect to run into you over the summer. I definitely didn't expect you to run into me. That sounds like a Sinbad line.
That
Like
does.
something he just came up with. Oh, Sinbad is so good.
He's so good.
And his outfits, man. Like I wish I could pull that off.
You can. It's 2022 time. I mean, like now. You probably couldn't have done it back in '98 when the movie came out.
It's 2022. You can do whatever you want.
You could pull it off, Ty. Because you've worn some suits to the Comedy Zone sometimes. It was like, only Ty can do this. Normally, if you see a regular person out with that kind of suit on, you be like, what the hell is that? What are they wearing? But when Ty has it on, you're like,
He can wear it and he can call you a bitch, and you're gonna feel
and
good
you're going
about
to
it.
like it.
Yeah. What was that? You're gonna love the way you look. It's gonna be. You're gonna love the way you feel.
That's exactly what it is. You'd be like, yeah, I can see Ty doing that. And it was cool. It was absolutely cool.
Absolutely.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But Keenan is sitting there trying not to get in trouble because it turns out he doesn't have insurance. And his mom doesn't know he was driving the car.
So there's no license either.
There's no license either. So Sinbad goes to get an estimate for $1,900. He said he spent $22,000 on this car, which came out in '97
So
on a teacher's salary.
do you want to do
Right.
some quick math? I think that's 6.3 trillion.
I think that's what it is.
I think.
Did you carry the one?
After inflation,
Oh, I forgot to carry the one.
Yeah.
100 quadrillion.
There it is. I think that's it. That sounds right. That sounds right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the teacher's salary.
On the teacher's
That's
salary.
correct.
and so now Keenan has to get a summer job. And that's when we're introduced to Mondo Burger. The competition, the competitive-ition, the competition.
Yeah. Words are hard.
Words are hard when you've
Whiskeylodeon.
had a lot
Yeah.
to drink.
I need a top off here in a minute.
Yeah. We running low over here.
Yeah, we are running low. And Burpie says low. He means empty. Hi.
Yeah.
Ty, why is his glass empty?
No,
He's
I
our-
mean,
he is our
we running
guest.
low on the refiller.
Oh, the refiller.
Yeah, the refillers. Well, let me go ahead.
Well, here, this is really easy. We'll make this an organic transition by saying, hey, and post production, we're pausing right now, but we're gonna be right back because I gotta pee so bad.
It ain't pretty when you face a bad car wreck because a fast food giant burger display smashed your car. Shady corporate lawyers and greedy insurance companies play dirty. Bring it on. I'm Randall Wilson, the California Spatula.
Go at them with Randall Wilson, the tough, smart lawyer that knows how to beat them at their own game.
I stand tough and carry a big spatula to flip their greasy burger back on them.
Call now at 888-565-2321. That's 888-565-2321.
Yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum Whiskeylodeon.
So Ty, this whiskey tea cinnamon twist. That is that what you called it, Burpee?
Something like that. I don't
The whiskey
remember.
tea cinnamon twist is so good. We have refilled our goblets of power,
Yes, we have.
our glasses of wisdom, and our cups of joy are filled to the brim.
We are back.
And speaking of filled to the brim, did any of these ingredients go into a grinder, Ty?
Oh. What the fuck was with Kurt at Mondo Burger? Just everything was like, it's going in
Let's
the
introduce
grinder.
Let's introduce this evil man real quick.
All right,
What's
so
he like?
So Keenan finally takes a job and he works at Mondo Burger. And they're wearing vinyl suits. And like it looks like they watched Eddie Murphy's Raw, and they're like, that should be a business model. That's the uniform.
Yeah.
And you realize that Keenan is terrible at making burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even applying himself.
Is terrible even the right? Is that even? I mean, dude, he's putting the lettuce on top of the bun.
He doesn't have sliced pickles. He's trying to put a whole fucking pickle on the burger.
Yeah, it's
A whole pickle.
a bunch of them.
Like not cut up.
Yeah,
Like just a cucumber that's been sitting in pickle juice.
Yep, that's
It's
how pickles are made.
Pickles are made. Just, for somebody's listening, they're going to be like, oh shit, that's a pickle? Yes. That's how pickles are made.
That's how pickles.
Burpie, you're so considerate.
Yes. Yeah.
You got to dumb stuff down for people nowadays.
Are babies just pickled fetuses?
I see what you did there.
I don't.
Because they're there, they just got to be created.
They're sitting, getting marinated.
Marinated in dick juice.
Dick vinegar.
Dick vinegar. Are you tired of your salads being bland? Well, come on down to Dick Vinegar's Vinegar Shop. We're gonna Dick Vinegar up all your leafy greens from now to then. Dick Vinegar.
Fool said dick vinegar.
He did say Dick Vinegar. He said it.
Oh shit, I'm crying.
I didn't realize that I had two favorite words in a row, but like Dick Vinegar might be it. Like
That's at the top of the list.
Top that. Yeah.
That's at the top. Dick
Vinegar.
Yep, that's another one I'm taking when I leave here, guys.
What's another term for that? Richard Oil?
Distilled Richard oil.
Richard sauce? Is vinegar sauce?
Now it is.
Vinegar goes in sauce.
Okay.
So,
That's not real sauce. Okay, never mind. Fuck my joke up. All right, here we go. Let's keep going, guys.
education, it kills comedy.
Call him a bitch. Just do it real quick.
I can't say it like him. He says
I
it
know
so
we
nice.
can't. We
Hey,
can't.
bitch. Just act like your brother. Just say it like your brother.
Get in character. Okay.
All right, try it. Here we go.
Bitch.
See? That worked.
That was
Actually,
better?
I felt one of my nipples got a little like medium to medium hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mission completed.
Yeah. Well, some of the way there.
Not all the way. Got it.
Speaking of grinder,
And so, we're introduced to Kurt, who is the manager at this place, and he is thoroughly pissed because Keenan is a funny guy. Like he calls some pot shots. It's pretty hilarious, and Kurt is having none of it. His nipples were not getting semi-hard
no.
At all.
And Kurt cannot stand an incompetent, bumbling, sloppy fast food employee. Cuts a cow in the milkshake machine.
Oh.
He's like, I'm trying to fix it. And it's like, did you turn it on? Oh.
Like the OCD in me was like, oh, the cleanup that he had to go through in betwixt each scene.
In betwixt.
Yes, was
Because he was in the milkshake machine.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was
he?
in.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was much cleanup. He just had to dunk back in.
Yeah, and then what, Mr. Well, I'm going to ask you every time,
Mr. Bailey.
Mr. O'Neill. Shaq's the boss. What if Bailey and Shaq were swapped in this movie? Could you imagine?
What if they
Bailey.
just made Shaq the boss and just...
Well,
took
like
Mr.
they have to
Bailey
take the delivery to Mr. Bailey, and it's like,
hilarious.
who is this guy? But Shaq's the boss the whole time.
out.
Like,
Hilarious.
because that's one of the best scenes of the movie. I mean, can we just jump there real quick?
Let's do it.
Yeah, because they
Well, we got to mention that. Kel gets fired, of course, and he gets a job at
Keenan
Good Burger.
gets
Keenan.
fired.
Yes. Keenan gets fired. Sorry, I've had
you
something to
can't.
drink.
You cannot fire Ed. If you
No.
fire Ed,
You're a piece of shit.
that's the equivalent of serving a minor a margarita. You're a
Not just a minor who's mentally challenged.
yes.
That's the
Yeah.
equivalent.
Who would
A
do
minor
that?
with disability.
Who would do this? Oh, my God.
But yeah, so Keenan is now the delivery driver, and they get a delivery to Shaq. Like Keenan is super excited. He's like, "Hey, Monique, you want to come with me?" She's like, "Bitch, fuck you."
She says that. She does say that.
Verbatim. And Cal is like, "Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
Let's be buddies. Let's go." And Mo's like, "You should take Ed. You should take Cal." And you find out it is Shaq. And they come in. They are racing in. And they are just waving it. "We got your food. We are here. It's Shaq." They're giving him hugs. They are rubbing their hard nipples against his body. Probably his waist because they're shorter than he is.
Right.
By
Shaq,
a significant
and
margin.
I quote,
Probably kneecaps.
I had scratches amongst mine areolas. He went to like Old English regression there,
Sound about right.
and I liked it. That's a real quote from Shaq.
I think
you guys remember that?
per Sean, all of the characters have to sound like they're Cockney. It's like, "Betwixt my areolas, there were scratches upon."
Betwixt mine areolas, I had little scratches amongst my little nipple bumps, and I didn't mind because they weren't like road humps or speed bumps. You didn't have to follow any laws. I didn't break any rules. I just served a minor who had issues in the brain. Margaritas.
He was definitely an extra in Lord of the Rings, if y'all couldn't tell.
This was Gollum's understudy.
Shakalum.
Oh man. So here, Keenan is trying to work. He is making $5 an hour, which in '97 was minimum wage-ish.
Yeah.
I imagine. But he's only getting like 30 hours a week. So that means like he's calling it a lifetime, but in 4.5 months he can finally pay off Sinbad.
Right.
But he ain't making a lot of money. So Mondo Burger opens up. Their burgers are twice as big for the same price. So everyone, of course, is going to Mondo Burger. And we're sitting there worried about them. Mr. Bay's talking about feeding his mom cat food, which is more expensive than normal food. Like, why are you going into that kind of debt? And that's when Ed brings his jar of sauce.
Special
Doesn't
sauce.
everybody?
Ha! I got special sauce.
Title of your sex tape?
Do you want to elaborate?
I'm just saying.
It's got vinegar.
I hope
It's
kids
got-
aren't listening.
It's got dick vinegar.
It's got dick vinegar. Yeah.
Definitely has dick in my special sauce. It creates things.
And this sauce is banging. Keenan doesn't want to try it.
Pickle babies.
But Cal ends up accidentally splashing it in his face. The sauce is
I've heard that
amazing.
plenty of times.
Whoopsie.
Oops.
Wipe that off.
That's your problem now.
And Keenan's like, everyone has to try this. And it turns out that this sauce is amazing. And Keenan's like, this needs to go on our burgers. And now Good Burger's back in business. And so Mr. Bailey's like, hey, I want to give you 20 cents for every $1 that we sell.
Shit.
Which they were making good money.
Is this where the contract comes into play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keenan comes
This
with a
is where shit
contract.
gets
He goes, hey, since this was
fucked
my
up.
idea, which, to be fair, it was his idea.
To put it on the burger.
Yes.
Right.
It was his idea that got the company back in business.
Right.
It was my idea that your shoes should have laces.
Right.
You just had the shoe.
You still have shoes,
Yeah.
but tie them up.
I noticed your house. Yeah. It was my idea for the house to not have a roof.
So he comes to a contract where he takes 80% of the extra money that Cal makes. And Cal's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Signs it. And the first tip he gets was like $67, which came out to $13 for Cal.
Yeah.
In which case, Cal uses that money.
Buy him a yo-yo.
Buy him a yo-yo. They hang out on top of the roof. And Keenan opens up. Keenan's like, yeah, my dad left me. I don't remember what he looks like.
It was the first time I think we actually got to get like inside these characters' heads and learn about some of their, we can call it trauma or just at least what they had been through their journey up to this point. Like Nickelodeon just doing what they do at their best. I mean, we've talked about cartoons on the show. We talked about Helga from Hey Arnold. I mean, Nickelodeon is a network that knows how to talk about mental health, and it's pretty remarkable.
That's smart.
We have a special guest in here who does not have a microphone, but
Yes, my
she
friend.
just
All
felt
right.
herself.
Did you see it? Well, he gave a riveting message just now.
And she was
felt
feeling the
it.
spirit.
She felt it.
She felt the spirit.
I heard her. She said,
Nickelodeon is where it's at.
It is.
And
It is.
and this yo-yo, like what did it mean to Keenan or Dexter? We're going back and forth, right? We've established rules,
You're
right?
the only
We know
one
who's
going
who.
back and
And
forth.
I'm the one who's anxious here. Y'all are both like, dude, like it's totally cool. And then here I am like, no. but IMDb says it's Dexter.
We know who is who at this point. I would think they would know who is who at this point.
Yes.
We get it, motherfucker. Or bitch. I'm bitch.
Bitch, yes.
Bitch.
Sorry, bitch.
Thank you. Aw, bitch.
It's got to have a little upswing to it.
I see what you
Bitch.
did with the eyes. You went up with the
Yeah,
eyes.
it's like a lowercase J with a
But yeah, so he's sitting there talking about how his dad got on this yo-yo that doesn't work anymore. It had these lights. It made the whistling sound. It doesn't work anymore. So he doesn't have it anymore. And Kel just buys it for him. She's like, hey, I got this for you. And that's when you realize that Kel, despite taking everything super literally, that's this guy on the face of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you start getting Keenan like, I'm taking advantage of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was the moment.
That was the
That was
moment.
it.
Yeah.
That was the
it.
moment that Kel was humanized for him.
Yeah, because he's going through a hero's journey. I mean, believe it or not, throughout this whole thing. And I mean, he will change by the end. I mean, because there's no reason to really want to like Keenan's character
Yeah.
yet. But we'll get there.
Because you don't like Keenan.
No.
You really don't. As much as you try to, he's funny,
He's funny.
but you don't like him.
No.
You don't
love
want
Ed.
to like him.
You don't want to like him, but you end up liking him.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things that you like him because he's funny, but you don't want to.
Right.
And then towards the end, you start to like him because
Well, we
gross.
like him because we know where he's like, we know all that. We know Keenan and Kel. So we know like,
Right.
there's no way I want to hate this character
Right.
this whole time.
Was Keenan in Good Burger when it was on all that?
I don't think so.
I don't remember him on
he
Good
he
Burger
would have
when it was
been
on
like
All That.
one of the customers.
Okay.
So just one of the people like, hey, can you give me 2 burgers? Like, well, no, you got to pay for them.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Like he would have been like one of those
Okay.
customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a mainstay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just Ed.
Was it still Ed?
Yeah. it was
Did
Ed.
his name tag always say I'm Ed?
Always.
I love their name tags. I'm
Always.
name.
Not theirs, just his.
No, I think
No, it was
Wait.
just his.
It was
just
just
his?
his. It was just his that said, I'm Ed.
like that attention to detail is just so amazing.
He
That's
was
so perfect.
he was so dumb funny. It was just
Dumb funny.
It was just like, okay, all right, you're so stupid, but haha.
Yes, I will watch whatever you do on camera.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, we got Mondo Burger, who's now noticing that Good Burger is starting to be competition again.
Yeah.
And they want to know what that sauce is.
Mm.
So Keenan very smartly says, don't tell anyone what's in that sauce. Like, one of the coworkers was like, oh, what do you put in the sauce? And Keenan tackles him. He's like, no, don't tell a soul what is in this. Because all we know, it's lemon juice and ketchup. And we see him putting some onions in there.
And that tackle was not unlike when Otis got tackled. And this was the first time I remember hearing a swear word in a Nickelodeon general.
Oh,
Do y'all
yeah.
remember this?
Because he falls down. He goes,
He
I
goes-
think I broke my ass.
Yeah. Can someone take me to a
yeah.
hospital? I think I broke my ass.
He did cuss.
Yeah.
'Cause I was thinking, did they cuss in that movie?
Just that was it. I mean, even the descriptors like PG for a couple things and some sexual. I'm like sexual.
What?
Did we?
Carmen Electra. That's
Carmen
what it
Electra.
was.
We'll get there. But do you want to talk about Otis for a second?
Yeah, so Otis is the oldest person there. And when he's introduced to Kel or Keenan, he's like, I should have died years ago. Which I thought was hilarious. But upon further investigation,
Oh,
Abe Vigoda is the actor. And apparently he was presented as the late Abe Vigoda back in 87. So people thought he died.
Wow.
And he had to be like, no, I'm still here. Like, he stopped getting calls for work until finally there was a casting call for a Abe Vigoda type. He goes, you could just have Abe Vigoda. And that's when he started blowing up again with work. And so, like, when they have that joke in there, you think it's hilarious, but there are layers to it.
That was before social media started killing
Yeah.
celebrities off.
Yeah, well, like when this podcast like starts to fail a little bit, we'll say, "Hey, do you need a? We need a Sean Beck type. We need a Ty Longworth type. Like we're gonna get replaced entirely."
We love the idea, just didn't like them. What?
Yeah,
That's so dumb.
You did great, except for like the whole you thing.
Right. Thanks,
Yeah.
NBC. What?
Yeah, yeah. He was one of my favorite characters in this movie. I mean, and. The way that Kurt, right, from Mondo Burger, he's a puppet master. He has ties to all these different corporate affairs, and he especially has ties to...
His dad's in the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, which makes sense because he is able to throw everyone into Demented Hills, insane asylum, which is... We would never call it that nowadays.
We're jumping ahead because the reason why he throws Keenan and Kel there is because they try to sneak in and be like, "How are they making the burgers so
But
big?"
he
That's one
does
of my
throw...
favorite
He throws... They throw
Otis in there too.
Otis in there first because...
No. Otis is after Keenan and Kel.
Really?
Yeah. So Keenan and Kel go in. They're like,
have my
"How are they
timelines all messed
making?
up. I haven't been
How are they making
drinking."
this burger so big?"
Yeah.
And they're using a chemical
They sneak
called triamethol.
Yeah, something like that. The little yellow looking.
Yeah,
Chemical.
triamethol. That's what it is. In which case, from there, like Keenan and Kel, who are dressing in drag, and like Keenan is looking like a pretty hot redda. Like I'm just like, oh shit, okay.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. He's like, water. I need some water.
Yeah, as a kid, my areolas went from mild to medium pretty quickly.
And so it's when Kurt comes out and is like, "Hey, this is how we do it, but you won't be able to tell anyone. Call Wade." And so they throw in a sane asylum, both of them. And then they decide that, well, if we can't have the sauce, we're going to poison their sauce with shark poison?
Yeah, because, you know, all humans are the same size as sharks.
Right.
I'm also like,
Everybody.
where is he
I
getting
took
it?
science.
Which, again, his dad's in the pharmaceutical company. But why does a pharmaceutical company have shark poison?
7-foot man, 30-foot shark.
Yeah. See, Burpie's figured it out. How do you not know this, Ty?
Okay, bitch.
Are you not poisoning people
Right.
No.
in your late adulthood?
Everybody's poisoned somebody.
Okay.
Wait, is this
I
our late
have-
adulthood or
I
we, like,
have a
mid-adulthood?
4-year-old,
Where
and there
are
are
we?
so many things that could poison him. Like he will sit there trying to eat like just plain flour before I make it into a dough. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. He'll try to eat salt by itself. I'm like, I'm glad you like your seasonings, but it's still gotta go on something.
Wait, you can't eat flour?
Wait.
No, because it's not cooked. It's just been processed. So there could be bacteria. That's why they die when it's like baked and cooked.
Oh.
So you don't want to eat flour just by itself.
We should probably hang out with Ty more for safety
You
purposes.
might save my life.
He might save
You're
our lives,
welcome.
yeah.
I'll get you drunk and save your life.
Thank
Wow.
you. That normally doesn't
That
go
is-
together.
It doesn't, but that's remarkable. I'm proud of you.
Damn,
So
I
they-
didn't know you couldn't
Man,
eat
thank
flour.
you.
So
What a friend.
Oh,
Raw flour.
so Kurt and
Look at
his
those nipples
goons.
getting all medium over there.
I like to be complimented. So Kurt and his goons get in a good burger, and they start putting shark poison in the sauce, and that's when you find out Otis sleeps there.
Is that why he was there?
Yeah, he had fallen asleep there. He goes, "You motherfuckers woke me up. I'm calling the cops." He goes, "Nope, you're going to an insane asylum."
What a like that power. That's just fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
And then yeah, he goes there.
But you know what's crazier? I don't remember this asylum part.
You don't remember the dance scene.
You
I
talked about
did
this.
not
How
remember
did you
the
not
dancing.
remember? That's one of the.
That-
what was the song? It was Parliament.
yeah.
Funkadelic.
Yeah.
And George
George
Clinton,
Clinton
was
in
in
the Funky
scene.
Parliament,
He was
man.
in
Like,
the scene.
yeah. Wait, he was in the scene?
He was.
Yeah, he was the
So
guy with
that
the
I don't
dreads.
remember as
Yeah.
a kid.
George Clinton was in the
But
scene.
I will never forget Linda Cardellini, who's obviously listening to this podcast right now, as the girl who has. She's there because aliens entered her
Right,
brain and
right.
said that she needed to free the kangaroos.
Mm-hmm. I
And
remember that.
Linda, if you are listening, I will free as many kangaroos as you want me to
Is that the girl that was almost like the love interest?
Yeah, the psychopath.
Kel?
free. Kel, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
okay.
loves her head.
Right.
Say something cute about me. Your head.
Because that's the scene where they break out.
They break out.
So
Yeah.
you have the
So they
nurse
get the
comes
security
in
guard.
and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get your medication ready," and she puts on some really like not even good Latin music. And Keenan's like, the fuck is this? And Kel's like, oh, I'll change it.
Right.
And it goes in, changes it to some funkadelic music, and people start dancing.
Everybody
and
starts dancing.
it blows my mind because it's not just like, oh, everyone's just trying to dance. It's a flash mob dance. And it's kind of reminiscent to like Thriller to me. And so I'm watching this and I'm like, oh shit, they are in sync. I was jealous. I want to learn the dance.
Yeah. It was a good scene. It was a good dance
great
scene.
Yes.
That might be one of the best dance scenes in a movie.
I'm not gonna argue
I gotta go
that.
back and look.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and look at different dance scenes in movies. You got Dirty Dancing. You got
No, this was the best one.
Yeah,
It's
this
one of the- it's
beats
one of
out
the
Dirty
best ones.
Dancing.
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
It's good dancing. Everybody's together, and the security guard. It's funny. They all escape. I like it.
It doesn't make me want to go to an insane asylum,
Oh yeah, no,
but
not
it
at
does make me want to break out of one.
all. And it makes me want to dance.
It wants me to break
Yes.
down in one
Yes.
and break out of one.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I hope that listener, you are dancing right now with a group of other dancers. Just so many dancers.
I hope you're
because,
watching the scene of
Yeah.
Good Burger right
because
now.
there's nothing like listening to a podcast and feeling like, oh, I ain't got rhythm in my bones right now. You know what? If those aliens have entered your brain, let us know. Free a kangaroo. Hashtag alien kangaroo. .net.
Because the hashtag's going to have a .net at the end.
It always.
Speaking of rhythm in my bones, Ty is actually a dancer. I don't
Ty's
know if we
a
know.
dancer?
This is, I'm throwing this out
I
there.
am not to the talent that Burpie has. And,
You're a
and
dancer
in fact,
too?
And in fact,
How are y'all going to sit in here in a room with me and not tell me y'all are dancers?
This guy here, every time, because we used to work together at the Comedy Zone.
Yes.
Every time music came on at the end of a show, we're cleaning the Comedy Zone, or if we had a company party, the employee party, when some music came on, this guy here, he was going to get it. He was going to dance. And he
I
was
may
gonna
not
show
have
you.
been the best dancer, but I was going to get it.
He was-
Did you have like a little mop with you? Were you mopping and dancing?
No.
That's how is that a weird? That's
See,
how I
was,
picture it.
I was the assistant manager, so it was very much, I wasn't doing
Wait,
the cleaning,
you
I
were the
was
assistant manager?
directing cleaning.
We've established that the assistant manager does something in Good Burger. So did you do the same thing?
I did.
He did.
Yeah.
Ty was on it, too.
Oh
Ty would be
my
on it.
God.
Don't mess with Ty.
Oh no, I would never. I know better.
In that professional setting, don't mess with Ty.
He's the reason this thing exists and stays alive.
Ty
Yeah.
ran a tight ship. Ty ran a tight ship.
Yeah, he knows how to though. Like
Yeah.
he's got oars with him right now, and he's rowing that boat. He's
Music
rowing that
will
ship.
get me singing, it'll get me dancing.
Oh, yeah.
I may not be good at it, but I will do it.
Shit. He was on rhythm. That's all that mattered. He was
That's
on
all that
beat.
matters, really. Yeah.
And you know what? I think
people
that's
want.
one of the things that Burpee and I really connected on is one, I had rhythm, and two, I seasoned my food.
No, but he's serious. I'm laughing, but he's dead serious. It was so good. Oh, God. I'm like, Ty, I think you were supposed to be black. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you can identify as black later on. We'll talk about that another time.
We've established that his name is pretty racially ambiguous
It is.
because you went on that prom date.
Yeah,
And
I
they
went to pick up a
thought
date,
that
and they
you
thought I
were
was Asian.
Asian?
And
Wait,
then
what?
Yeah, so like
Because of your
Thai,
name?
like Thai lantern. So they just heard Thai.
This is my friend. He's Thai.
Burpee,
So
I don't know if I told you this.
yeah, And we've talked about this on the podcast.
When Jenny and I
But
got
our
engaged,
listeners are going to get to hear it twice.
Yes, they will. But Burpie's going to get it first time. When Jenny got engaged, she had a coworker who was like, "Oh, let me see your ring. Who'd you get engaged to? Oh, my boyfriend Ty." She's like, "Oh, you dating a brother?"
No, because you would think your name is spelled T-Y-E, one.
No E.
It's just T-Y.
It's
Today
just
it
TY.
is.
Shit, I thought
No,
we were
the
real
E
friends.
is for extra.
It's no E at the end. They spelled your name wrong at the Comedy Zone.
There
They
may be a
fucked
dollar
up.
sign at the end of it, but not an E.
Ah, see what you did there. Damn. Well, T-Y, so people are going to automatically think that's not how you normally spell Ty, or what's Ty short for. Mm-hmm. So it was, I don't know. Ty
It was
is
either
just
Tyrone, it was either
Ty something.
Tyson, Tyler,
Ty something.
or Beanie Babies.
Or if he becomes our sponsor, he's Typhoon.
See what you did.
Okay.
He said, Beanie Babies.
Beanie Baby. Oh, that was Ty.
It was.
Or TY or
It
whatever.
was.
So my dad,
seriously, I
my
got
dad
him in my
collected those
phone.
Beanie Babies.
It's T-Y-E.
Yeah, no, he collected
that's
all of
hilarious.
them.
I gotta
And shit, we should be moguls by now.
We should be.
We should be. Y'all collected Beanie Babies?
No, hell no. I didn't
No,
collect
my
Beanie
wife
Babies.
did
Yeah.
though.
Hell no.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
So speaking of Beanie Babies,
this dance. You see the
features
guards
none of them.
getting super jealous. These guards
they
are
do.
like kind of grooving to it. And Keenan sees an opportunity. He goes, I was like, guys, you should get out there and dance too. Like, we're not good dancers. Because that doesn't matter. Just have fun. And so he goes out, he's sitting there dancing, and this whale in his body, dance foo, I think is what he's using, where he's
It
just
is
sitting
dance
there,
foo,
just
for
he's
sure.
hit him in the crotch, in the face, knocking him out, steals the keys, they run out. Heather runs out, the psycho girl runs out too, and they end up running into the room of this big scary man. He's literally known as Huge Scary Man in the credits.
Really?
No, seriously.
Yeah, he doesn't
Huge
get
scary
it.
man.
Didn't get a name. And we got to preface, Kel has seen this man before, in which case he goes, "Oh, are you trying to get out of your jacket?" He goes, And so he's like, "I got you." And gets the guy out, and he ends up going on a rampage, kills Sydney of all things.
Wait, he kills someone?
And it's like, he's killing Sydney.
Oh,
wow.
An actual murder takes place in Good Burger. Good
I
Murder.
didn't notice that.
Come on down
Murder.
to
Good
the
Murder.
TLC network where you can watch
see what you
Good
did.
Murder.
That's gonna be on Oxygen.
It is going to be on Oxygen. Good for Oxygen. They
Good
landed it.
Murder.
Good Murder.
And so they run into his room, and he's sitting there like, "Rrr," and Kel's like, "What's up, dude?" Gives the guy high fives. He's like, "Hey, we're trying to get out. Can you help us out?" Guy grabs Keenan, and Keenan thinks he's going to die. And he gets tossed out of a 2-story building
Right.
where he could have died. But now everyone's able to escape. And Keenan gives this embrace, says goodbye to Heather. He's going to free a kangaroo. Possibly, I made that up. And then jumps out the under window.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
That's the best.
Yes.
The window's already broken.
Yeah.
It's what y'all don't understand. The window's already broken that everybody else has jumped through.
And he breaks
But
another.
Kel decides, aka Ed, decides to jump through a completely different window.
It is perfectly consistent with his character, and it's Nickelodeon knowing exactly what they're doing. It's remarkable. Yeah.
And so they are trying to
He
run
lands
out.
on Keenan, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
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 And if he
lands on
doesn't,
Keenan.
then fact check
Like
us,
he's
but, you know,
straddling
yeah.
Keenan when he
Yeah.
falls down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some Areola's got some medium well.
Definitely got
Yeah.
perked.
What do you call a horrific nipple? A scariola.
I see what you did.
Motherfucker.
Well,
I see it.
motherfucker doesn't land as much as bitch.
But you know why? Motherfucker is a profession. Mothers need some loving too.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
I'm a motherfucker.
Somebody.
The mother of my child likes to get fucked.
Somebody gotta fuck these mamas.
Someone has to
No,
do it.
Too far? Okay.
No?
No, we've
too
never.
much?
We Burpie.
Ain't that right?
Sweet human. How dare you say anything
No.
inappropriate on this podcast?
Right.
We're gonna have to cut all this out.
The nerve.
The nerve, I
Well,
say.
the nerve of Keenan and Kel, they steal a milk truck to escape.
Of all vehicles.
Sorry, an ice cream truck.
I was gonna say.
They
Well,
steal
you're right.
It's still
It's a milk truck.
Dairy.
truck. The dairy truck. So he steals an ice cream truck, and they're running off. They're throwing ice cream at their pursuers, and their pursuers end up crashing into Mr. Wheat's Sinbad's mailbox.
Again.
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 Oh,
You're right. No, again.
no. That's the mailbox is different. I'm thinking about the car.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
Well,
Oh, we'll get there
the
too.
mailbox happens twice though, because
it does.
the first
It's
delivery
the
they
burger
make,
mobile.
yeah,
Right.
there for no reason. This never had to happen because Kel's driving, Ed's driving, just swerves around 20,000 cars, and he's like,
Right.
"Oh, you know what? I think I need to be in a yard right now," and just hits Sinbad's,
Definitely
Mr.
hits.
Wheat's. It's not a good mailbox though.
Stupid. It wasn't like a
There's an orange,
a farm or some shit, a barn.
That was the second one.
Okay.
I think right. The first one was,
Something
No, the
stupid.
second one was better. The second one got pimped out.
That's what it was.
but the
Yeah.
first one wasn't good. So you're welcome.
Right.
Like,
I made you redo this, sir.
yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah. I had notes,
Wheat.
so I smashed it.
With your terrible ass outfits.
Yeah.
And so they are actually racing to get to Good Burger in order to stop anyone from eating the poison sauce.
Right.
And we get these two old ladies come in, and they want to get Good Burgers with extra sauce. These ladies are saucy.
See what you did.
And turns out this lady, she's like, I wanted mustard. So she goes to get mustard, and that allowed the time they needed, which I don't know why the other lady was waiting to, like, not eat. But Kel tackles the
They're
old lady.
Canadian.
No, seriously.
Is that a Canada thing? You wait until everyone's seated before you eat?
Yes.
Oh, we don't do that shit in Charlotte.
No.
No, this is Canada.
If your food ain't here, you just missing out.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean,
You can join for dessert.
watching me eat. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how good my food is while I'm eating it.
Yeah, I'll narrate for you. Too bad for you.
It's delicious. The right amount of salt.
So not only did they save the ladies, they now gotta get Mondo Burger. They gotta get even. And turns out Kel is super into parkour. Like they sneak on top of the roof by jumping onto the pipes, and
Doesn't he explain it first? He's like, all you have to do is XYZ.
yeah,
And it's the craziest
Yeah.
thing. It's like,
He made it sound real simple.
what the fuck are you telling me right now, Mr. Kel? Mr. Ed.
Mr. Kel.
and they jump through a straw. They land in the laundry bin.
Ew.
They are then like Keenan decided he's going to be the distraction. That took me way too long to think of the word.
I saw it. I saw your wheels turning while you were thinking of it.
I was getting all squirrely.
For our listeners, he did a full-on plie.
No, seriously.
It was glorious. Yes. He stood up on top of the bench just with his tippy toes.
Right.
And-
Definitely twirled.
And you didn't hear it, but he called both of us little bitches.
Yep.
Threw his
He
arms
wasn't near
out
the
in a
microphone.
flail. Glitter fell from the ceiling. And we felt validated and whole.
It's okay because he put us on the same bitch level.
He did.
So
Always be on the same bitch level, because if you're on a
Always.
different bitch level, like then there's gonna be like a weird
right.
like
That's what
energy
makes it
vibe.
kinda
There's like a
strange.
bitch hierarchy, and you
There
don't
is a
want
bitch
that.
hierarchy.
When you look at two people and say bitch, I'd be like, okay, we're
Yeah,
the same
it's
bitch
like we're
level.
good. We're, at least we're both there, you know. Yeah. So thank you, Ty. Like you're doing great in life.
We're on the same
Doing the
bitch
Lord's
level.
work.
Yeah.
So, Keenan, of course, is firing the mustard and ketchup gun at the goons. He's running off. They get to the roof, and Kel tries to grab a bottle of that Triumphal and knocks some into their meat. I guess that's a grinder? It's not a real grinder.
Is that
It's-
the grinder that?
I guess that's the grinder he's talking about.
Kurt was
It's
talking about.
not a real grinder. It just stirs
Are
the
they
meat.
serving people?
They are. Oh my God, they're serving people.
Because he always said.
I don't care what happens to them. I got my money.
That's it. That's
And
why
his
those
dad-
burgers are so big.
Owns a pharmaceutical company.
I think it's the baby from the first scene. I think they cloned that baby, and they are serving babies.
Serving little basketball babies.
We never saw that baby go back to the mother's arms.
Ever.
That baby went to the grinder, and that's how Mondo burgers are made.
That baby went through the hoop.
It literally.
The hoop of the grinder.
Oh my God.
The baby went through the hoop. Did
Yes.
the baby hit the ground or did somebody catch the baby?
Someone caught the baby. They caught the baby and like, huh?
Yeah.
They-
Okay.
well, they went, huh? Wait a second. Business opportunity. Because in the 2000s, that's what all you have to think about.
This is a child.
You had the baby back ribs, and now you got the baby burger.
Yeah.
Baby burger.
Oh, Mondo infant. What up? That's how it works.
So he ends up knocking a bottle, like a whole bottle, not just like putting drips in. He knocks the whole bottle, grabs the bottle, starts pouring it all in, grabs another one, pours that one in too, and then runs to Kel's like, look, I got the bottle. And they take it from him and was like, you grabbed an empty bottle, you idiot.
But,
And then everything changes when the Fire Nation attacked.
yes.
Everything starts exploding. The burgers have gotten ginormous.
Yeah.
They start exploding. Not burners. Microwaves start exploding. The ground is rumbling. Things are falling down. Mono burgers crashing to the ground.
Let's just talk about how I love the description that you're giving right now of the burgers. Everything's blowing up. The ground is filled with grease. The microwaves are exploding. I can't take it anymore. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The paintings on the wall reminiscent of all of my childhood traumas.
Giving a great description, Ty.
He's nailing
Love it.
And so finally, you get the police come. Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase. The burger on top of Mondo Burger falls.
Yeah.
And lands
no.
right on
Mr. Wheat's
Sinbad's car.
Yep.
It's kind of a gratifying moment.
Is it though? Am I
Like,
am I alone in saying like
starts
I feel bad for this guy?
Oh, I
like
never
he
felt
starts
bad for
off
Mr. Wheat.
he starts off
He didn't
fine.
deserve all this though.
he did.
He didn't deserve Keenan running into him.
No.
But the fact that he's like, hey, it's gonna be $19,000. Except I had this message saying it's now $2,500.
No,
Let's not
no.
forget, he
No,
saw all this
he-
trouble before he pulled up into the parking lot. You saw all the stuff going on. You saw the
people
police
were
out
leaving
there,
and
the
running
fire
away.
trucks.
But with the estimate though, he makes a good point. He says it was $1,900 at first, right? And then
Right.
it becomes $2,500. And then Keenan's like, well, what the fuck? Well, Sinbad's like, well, motherfucker, here's the deal. It's an estimate. We kind of think it's going to be that.
Right.
It's an estimate. Maybe. So,
But he still was being super smug.
Right. He's
well,
definitely
yeah,
being a
but
dick.
Fuck
if you
them
were,
kids.
if,
You're right. Sinbad was like, fuck them kids.
Right.
and we're full circle. Oh, this season. But Sinbad is right though.
Nah, he gave a test on the last day of school.
No, that was bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
not
so
saying
dumb.
everything Sinbad did was
Didn't feel
okay.
sorry for him at all. He deserved everything.
No, I mean his outfit's kind of cool.
Why did he have a Jerry curl in 97? The Jerry curls were over with in 97. I
He
hated
was feeling nostalgic. Again,
See,
he
that
was
nostalgia
longing
is
for
why
the
people would
simpler
listen to the
times.
podcast.
Yes, we're
And you know when Keenan called Shad, like he did the whole spin thing, and he was like,
that's so
"Ooh, I will wear that like a badge of honor."
He didn't even understand that was an insult, but he just took it like, oh, I love it.
I feel like
Call
that's
me
how I live
Shad.
my life nowadays. I'm like, I don't know if I'm like, I think I might be being insulted, but it feels okay.
It's all right.
It's
nothing
like
wrong.
I hear Ty say "bitch," and I'm like, that should be an insult, but I feel okay.
Oh no, anytime Ty says anything, I'm like, this is a good thing.
feel
Like this
loved.
is always gonna be good.
I feel
It's like a
loved.
stranger. Like I give someone a beer and they're like, thanks, Chief. And I'm like,
I feel like people
God
love
damn
me.
it. Or thanks, boss. I'm like, am I a boss?
Thanks, boss.
What do you mean by that? You bitch. And they're like, what'd you say? And then I grab Ty from behind the bar.
And I
like,
say,
Ty,
"Hey, bitch," and they're like,
And
"Oh,
then,
hey."
yeah, we split tips.
Boy.
So Kurt gets caught by the police, and they present the cans of the Triumph Fall. He is going away, and Ken's like, "What made you think to pour that in?" And Kel's like, "Well, it's the only obvious answer. Because if I would have brought it, I mean, even if they didn't take it away from me, like it would be like our word against theirs. They would have all these lawyers. They'd be back in business because the way the justice system is set up, like the only way is for me to set it up for their own business to fall on top of them, and that way they take all the blame. It is the most like comprehensive explanation of why he did what he did, and like you thought of all of that. Like you don't want us to believe that, and I don't want to either.
And as kids, I don't think we did not know
We
that we
believed
needed.
in the justice system at the time.
Well, we were
What
taught
a
the
terrible
justice.
I
decision.
never did.
We were taught some things in some books, but we did not know that characters needed arcs.
This is true.
And my God, like Ed was the character who changed, who really made this movie just have a perfect
He did.
cherry on top of the straw, on top of the ceiling,
He did.
on top of the girl across from the street from the window,
Underneath the couch.
underneath the couch, in betwixt the Mondo
Ain't that
Burger
the name
straw.
of a Netflix show?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like the girl by the window across the street or something like
High
that.
stars in it.
From the hood and the ghetto or something like that.
That's the better version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the
like
porn
Leprechaun in the hood. Oh, what if they made a hood version of that movie? The girl across the street from the people sitting in the window, but the grandma's laying on the porch with a cigarette in her mouth. That's the hood version.
How would that? Walk me through the opening scene because I want to watch this.
Oh, so the opening scene.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
grandma, she got a robe on and she
So-
got on knee-high socks with some bedroom slippers on, and she got a cigarette in her mouth, and she waiting on the kids to get on the bus. She was like, "Y'all better get your ass back here from school on time. Don't y'all be waiting. Don't go to nobody else's house." That's how it starts. I don't know where it goes from there.
Does it cut right to the intro
Oh
song
yeah, she
right
got
there?
rollers in her head and everything. Yeah, right there.
And we're like locked in.
Oh, from
We're
the
in.
beginning, like the camera pans from the feet on up. You get the feet with the bedroom slippers.
But you see the
knee-high
smoke
socks.
before you see the cigarette.
Oh yes,
have to.
definitely. And then you see her take one puff. Y'all better get your ass in this house when y'all get out of school. That's it. And I don't know where it go from there.
Can it be called that?
Oh, it can definitely get your ass in the house before you go to school.
I'm gonna watch it.
If the name can be
Quicker,
as long as the
yeah.
girl across the street from the whatever it is.
20. I think there's 20,000 syllables in that.
You know, I would love to see a spoof off a genre. Like that's
Like the Wayans brothers used to do. Oh, I miss those kinds of movies.
This could be an ignorant question, but where are they? I miss them.
they're still around. They're doing comedy.
Marlon has done some movies since then. He did Sextuplets on Netflix. He did Naked he did something else. He's done some things. The rest of them, I don't know.
They just haven't done like the scary movie, whatever it was.
Right.
Which was 1 and 2 made me laugh.
Phenomenal.
I also saw those, much like Nickelodeon shows. I saw those way too young.
Definitely way too young.
Yeah. Do you remember the Scary Movie 2 with like, there's like
a dick that came under the table, under the bed?
How did you know what I was going to say?
I knew it because that part, I was like, why's a dick under the bed?
But it loops around like a candy cane. like it has sentient control, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go this way now, and it circles back.
And it brings him
Burpie
back under the bed.
He knew exactly what I was about to say
because he was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, why is a dick under the bed? That's scary in real life.
Yeah, I didn't connect that there was someone else. I was like, it was just a dick.
We all have a terrible fear of getting fucked.
We didn't see hands. We just saw a dick, a real dick, come from under the bed.
Got him.
But yeah, like
sex trafficking.
They're all still working. I mean, you had shit. What's the not the oldest brother, but second oldest?
Damon.
Yeah, Damon Wayans. He's still doing comedy. He's still touring. Marlon's still going. You even have the son is going around.
Damon Wayans Jr.
He's still going around. He was just a new girl. So
he
they're
was
all
just here in Charlotte not too long
Yeah,
ago.
he was. So they're all working. They're just not like producing movies as much as they used to. I think it's kind of becoming more niche, where it's no longer of, hey, you're super funny, let's just give you a ton of money.
Right.
It's now got to be super focused. And
I wish they would make those kind of movies again, like the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, what is it? Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, and then scary movie. Like, they've been making parody movies for so long. It's just like, we need another one.
Do you think
Haunted
that
House? That's the last one that they did.
Haunted House
is
you're
the
right.
parody genre dying? I mean, like satire is
so.
very much alive.
I think so, because social media is killing it. Because people do so many parodies on social media.
Okay.
You might not necessarily want to see it in a movie. You get to see it for 2 minutes maybe.
And that might be the problem, is that because it's so readily on social media, they can't justify spending like $17 plus popcorn on a movie.
Exactly.
But
if you
like
want
the
butter
idea,
on your butter, come on over to the Whiskeylodeon podcast.
Come on to Whiskeylodeon. You can get drunk and talk about all the good shit you had when you were growing up, like fucking kids. Not fucking kids, but
the verb, not the adjective.
right. Not doing it, but
Burpie just made us go full circle. Like, this is beautiful. This is exactly what I never thought that, like, the conversation of fucking kids would be the full circle thing. But as a podcast, we have arced just like Ed has.
Like the movie. Now, we actually kind of skipped. We totally missed the whole thing with Carmen Electra. Like Kurt.
Before you get there, my favorite part, I used to sing this part all the time. When he put the grapes in his nose, I forgot how the song goes.
Bubbity, bubbity, bubbity,
Blibbity, 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 blibbity. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I was like, no, that ain't funny. Why do you think that's funny? Okay, that's kind of funny.
That was one of my favorite parts in the entire movie. Blibbity, 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 blibbity.
I think because Ed had grapes in his nose, but now I have whiskey in mine.
That was hilarious.
I forgot about that.
Oh man!
Can we have Burpie every episode? Like we don't. Like, listeners don't know he's here until like our guest says something, and then
I tap on the.
It's Burpie.
That's me. And then the smoke comes, and I appear through the smoke. Oh no,
through the smoke audio.
Yeah, that's right. They can't see us.
They can hear the smoke.
They'll sense it.
You'll hear the smoke. Yeah, we can do that. I think we can make it happen.
This episode has been sponsored by Smoke, Congos, and grapes
in the nose.
Jesus.
But go back to Carmen Electra. So Roxanne is her character name, but she gets called in by Kurt to try and seduce it out of Kel. And so she comes in and being like, Roxanne. And she was like, "Excuse me." He was like, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take it?" Oh, completely oblivious. Some of my favorite moments is like she finally asks him on a date, and they go putt-putt. And so Keenan's like, "Oh, how did this happen?" He goes, "Well, why don't you come with me? Go with Monique." He goes, "I can't ask me this. You chicken, huh?" "Hey, Monique, you want to go on a date with Kel or Keenan?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
He goes, "How did that happen?" And so you go in.
But at this point, does that even feel like it made sense? Because Keenan is a dick still.
Well,
right?
She comes around and explains why. So they're on this date and just everything. Like, Kel is like, "Hey, here's your seat." Pulls the seat back.
Too far.
Too far. She falls over. "Is your butt fine?" Yeah,
Is your butt
her
fine?
butt's fine. And people are like, "Damn straight it is." And then she was like, "I want to talk alone. Doesn't that sound more fun than putt-putt?" And he goes, "No." Which honestly was like the honest, like that was honesty.
True. It's true. I don't want to talk alone.
And so
I want putt-putt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I will
Hey,
talk with you
I have a
during putt-putt.
chance
Definitely.
to hang out with people I enjoy, or I got to talk alone and just feel uncomfortable as you are handsy and like.
But we get this moment where he thinks about it for just enough time.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him such a great comedic actor, right? He's like, no.
Not at all.
No. Like,
Not
no.
at all.
But like she gets whacked by the putt-putt club.
Yeah,
she
she
gets
does.
hit in the head with the ball, gets knocked out, gets woken back up by slamming her head against the dashboard.
Yeah.
And then she goes in for a kiss, and Keenan freaks and flips her over his own. Just flips.
Like a jiu-jitsu flip.
It's,
Yeah.
a lot of abuse in this.
Like
segment.
Carmen Electra goes in and she is like, "I quit." Like, I think that's why she wanted to be unaccredited with the film, because she was literally just there to be a punching bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did not write her character in any sort of regard for
None.
courtesy.
None.
Just
This is
naughtiness.
not for your
was-
career.
Yeah, this triangle did not have an equilibrium. It was
Right.
not courteous, hot, punching bag, naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was a rhombus.
It was a rhombus
A
of
rhombus.
fuckery.
Yep. A rhombus. I don't know what it is.
It's like a diamond, but
I remember hearing that in
is it?
algebra.
Wait, it's like a diamond, but
A rhombus.
Monica's been
Is it-
drinking too, guys.
You're thinking of
so Monica's telling
trapezoid.
us that it's flat at the bottom.
This is the first podcast with somebody who come to the mic. Come
Yeah,
here.
Come on, will you
Come here.
tell our audience about?
Rhombus is basically
No, we're definitely wrong.
here. Pull it up.
So Ty is gonna look it up.
The
but
rhombus is a side where none of the sides are 90 degrees. So a diamond would be a type of rhombus.
Oh,
I
really?
was wrong.
So it's like
I don't know what
it's
rhombus is.
like square, rectangle, rhombus, diamond kind of equilibrium.
A square.
I failed this class.
I am
Here.
so lost.
Definitely
Here, I
failed
actually
this
I
class.
got
I am
a
too.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So a rhombus is not a square.
Right.
A square is a rhombus.
How?
And both of those are a parallelogram.
Well, that makes sense.
See, that's too
Everyone
much.
knows that it's a
Because a
parallel.
rhombus,
Who didn't know that?
the rhombus doesn't have an actual thing where it has to be 9 degrees. It just has to have 4 sides and 4 angles.
Right.
A square has to have 90-degree angles. And a parallelogram
Okay.
can be anything.
But a rhombus doesn't have to have 90-degree
Right.
angles.
So would you describe like the Mondo burger
So
as a
rhombus,
as a rhombus?
rhombus is
Or a-
whiskey. Square is bourbon. So
Why?
bourbon is a type of whiskey,
Oh,
but it has its own limitations.
Okay. I see what you
Okay,
did there,
you
Ty.
brought it
Damn, that
back.
was good.
I
You
brought
brought
that
it
first.
back.
You got straight A's in school, didn't
Oh
you?
shucks.
he did. And if he didn't, he has straight A's on this podcast.
Yeah, straight A's on my
Yeah.
heart.
Oh,
See what I did?
straight A's on my
She
heart.
didn't believe me. She had to Google that shit
did
because
look it
she
up.
didn't
She
believe
did
me.
Look it up again. Oh my goodness.
It's a tough. I mean, we were forced to take this as an elective in
Right.
elective college. I don't know how.
You're the only one that went to college, man.
I went. I didn't graduate, but I went.
I didn't even go.
Oh no, she graduated. You graduated.
You're not on the podcast.
But like you heard how he said that. Like, could you imagine anyone else saying
It
that?
was so sweet, wasn't it?
It was very touching.
You're not hungry.
Yeah. Like, imagine someone complimenting you and saying, "Oh, but also you can't come on the cruise. We're going
you're
on
not welcome
vacation, and you are wonderful. You're beautiful. You're the best, but you can't be here."
Oh my God! I felt so warm. I felt so warm when he said it.
Oh man. Well, we did it, man. We did it,
We
guys.
did it.
We
Man,
covered
fun.
Good Burger.
This was fun.
Burpee, we're so glad you're here, man.
Man, thank y'all
This
for
is
having
so much
me.
fun.
Ty been setting this up for the longest.
Yeah, you know what else he's been doing? Sipping on that beverage for the longest time. You and me, Burpee, have
We've
been.
had about 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Y'all had 5. I just
Easily.
finished my 4th. I was coming around.
was he?
Oh, were you? Yeah.
Coming
you
around
were one
the
behind
mountain.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were one behind. This shit was so good.
It was so yummy. I mean, there's enough left in this little. We have to name this, Ty.
That's enough left for
Apparatus?
a DUI, so I'm not gonna drink.
Oh, the old DUI
Here,
chalice.
we at least got to pour a little bit because at the end, what we do is we do bottoms up, we drink the rest, and we
do it.
cheers. So
I have a big problem right now.
You got a lot left.
Tell us
You
about
can
your
use
problem.
that.
Well, my problem is that this glass is optimistically half full. I have finished my glass that was of Ty. Will you top off my glass of emptiness to make sure it's a glass of fullness? Yeah, that's good. All right, so I have found myself in the narrating box again of making sure that
Doing
dead
a
air
great job. You
doesn't
doing
happen.
a great job.
Yeah, thanks, Burpee. But I echo what Ty said. Man, it was so lovely having you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like this is. I hope it's been fun for you too.
I had a blast. Like the setup. First of all, I'm in love with the setup. The music. You got the logo. I love everything. I love it. I love it here. I love it here. I'm not leaving. We're gonna end the podcast, but I'm not
So
leaving.
Burpee is officially a staple.
done.
So
Absolutely
if you're
done.
listening to this in the future, Burpee is actually here. Like anytime you hear those congos,
That's me.
oh, it's beautiful.
And then there's smoke. Shh.
Yeah. You can't see it, but just know
Yes.
that it's there.
So before we wrap up, Burpee, tell our audience where they can get more of you, man.
You can follow me on Instagram at I'm Just Burpie, BURPIE. I'm Just Burpie.
And if they want to see like where you're going to be performing your
Go to my
shows,
website. IamBurpie.com. I have all of my dates, everything up there. Upcoming shows, upcoming performances, whatever, anything. It's all on my website. Y'all go check it out. This is so fun. I just want to drink every time I do a podcast now. Any other podcast I do is just not going to be the same.
no,
I'm
it's
like,
not. We
y'all don't
spoiled you,
drink.
man. We spoiled you.
You did. Y'all don't drink here. Peasants.
That was good. See, Ty could still. Do you want to call us a bitch? Do you want to do it?
Go on, bitch.
It still feels good. You know it's true.
Feels so good.
Well, Burpee, this has been fun.
Thank you.
Officially meeting you.
Nice.
Officially.
Like we remember kind of.
We remember.
Remember?
Yeah, but officially.
Right.
Ty, I think you have 2 words to say.
Bottoms up, bitches.
That was 3.
That was 3. I love it. Fuck you.